anything. We live. Don't say nothing. We here. We live. We up. Good afternoon or good evening. I've had a few drinks, so we up.
I've had a gummy.
So we blessed right now. We blessed. Blessed.
I'm on the yes, mother.
Hi, Mama Bailey.
Oh, my friend Scott says hi.
Hi. I'm good. How are you?
I'm great.
Wonderful. Oh, that makes my heart happy. Chaz.
Love from deep.
Come on. First of all, man, how are you doing this evening?
Man.
Be back. You get what I mean? It's been a while.
I love when we can pre-season the episode before we put it in the oven. You know what I'm saying? We have those bond talks.
People underestimate the whole concept of the pre-show before.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
I got to do more of that. Yeah. That's good.
And you know what? It's not even a case of like, I feel like you have to, like, if you just, it's like working out. Like, if you just jump right into a workout, chances are you're going to strain. You're going to like bust a knee.
You're going to mess up something.
Yeah, you're going to mess up something. But if you just stretch, have a conversation, the dialogue, we good. You know what I mean? You warmed up now. So now you can have a healthy dialogue. You can have a healthy show. Also, I feel like if you don't do the pre-show, then y'all really not friends, to be honest with you.
Oof. But wait, because you know, I just want to set the tone.
Yeah,
I didn't always do pre-shows, but because my interest was so gas, right?
Yeah,
like,
you missed out on a lot of good dialogue, to be honest with you. You missed out on yeah, you missed out on a lot, bro.
Thank you very much, Scotland.
My love.
From this point forward, I will make a 90% effort to be at the pre-shows.
You know what? That is a lie. I'm gonna tell you why that's a lie. Right? I'll tell you why that's a lie. Right? You talked earlier about gaslighting. This is what this is about to be. You're not gonna pop up on time, right? I know you said 90%, but the whole point of Chaz Bailey is the intros. You know what I mean? That's what you get for. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you got people confused when you're there on time. It don't, you know what I mean? Yeah, we can't.
Okay. You know, fair enough. We don't. That's our thing. That's our je ne sais quoi about us. So I don't want to lose that. However, help me, help you, help us find a happy medium.
We gonna get there. Yeah.
So let me lower down my expectations. Too much dip on my chip. Got it. I'm gonna do 20%. Hey yo,
my God, love
the man of the vocals.
Come on. Oh, you want to jump right into this? It was at the cue. 30%. I'll rock with 30%. I'll do that. I feel like that's a good balance. But you know what? Let's not even waste no time. Let's hit this intro real quick.
Why does it matter to me? It's in my veins, baby. It's in my blood. You understand? Since kindergarten, since I was about this high, I've been watching wrestling.
Watch this. This ain't the pod for the gossip kid. BGW watch list. Black guys, civilized them 85s. Acknowledge the nerd that knows with the vibe. If you catch my live, Scotland goes live. No logos, bell to bell. 5 leaf for to leave it off the list of them holy grails. Speak raps with Jazz and D-Mac. 3 count on B-Mac. Telling bars to relax. Watch this. The watch list. Black guy. Watch this. The watch list. Black guy.
So dope, brother.
Thank you.
Hey,
Mama Bailey, how are you doing?
how you doing?
I'm doing all right. It's, enjoying my Tuesday. How are you?
I'm great. Just got back from working out.
Oh, okay. Getting the gains. I see you. You know what I mean? Flexing on them. Yeah. Come on. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
That was her first time watching the Watchers intro.
It's a fire intro, man. It's a legendary A.O. Bacon, man.
Ayo, Baker to the vocals.
So Twitter
Nice.
is not letting us be great right now. I just want to get that out the way.
Well, that
Like,
sucks.
it's live. You can see that it's live, but I can't repost that we are live.
Let me try.
Okay. You know what I mean?
Okay.
But anyway, we're not letting that deter the game because this is a special watch list, right? We back. Thank you, my love. Appreciate it. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the watch list, the show for the sickos, where we break down the absolute finest in professional wrestling. Coming in first, it is your poetic professor, Scotland Underwood. Greetings.
Coming in second. C to the D to the B. LLQC. You see me. God bless you, baby.
Come on, LL Cool J in the building. LL Cool C, excuse me. Come on. And we waiting for the legendary Heartbreak Julio for tapping in because tonight we have a special episode. Like I said, first of all, happy Black History Month to everybody. You see, this is what I'm talking about, Chaz.
Yeah,
she can't read it. Twitter, get it together, please, man. You messing up the flow. But it's all good. Maybe people don't want us. Maybe people don't want the watch list to succeed. Maybe that's what it is.
Hey, listen. Fuck them. We ball. Let's go. Let's keep talking.
Okay, yeah. Happy Black History Month to everybody. You know what I mean? It's Black History Year, truthfully. But on the watch list, we are here to celebrate the finest in Black wrestling. And tonight, I feel like there was no first like this was the premier option. You know what I mean? The significance, the importance, the history. Tonight we are talking about Sasha Banks versus Bianca Belair, WrestleMania 37. The first time and the only time as of right now that two Black women headline the most important show in our genre. But you know what I mean? We can't settle just with that. We got to talk about what we did and what happened to get here. And that's going all the way into the 40s and the 50s.
Which wasn't that long ago, people.
Man, listen. Now I do want to say I did try to reach out to several Black women content creators to see if they would be able to talk about this particular subject. You know what I mean? It's one thing for us to talk about it, but to hear from a Black woman's perspective about this match, this moment. Like I said, schedules just didn't line up, but that's okay. Hopefully we do
a part
Black
two.
women. We do a part two, but most important, like I said, I hope tonight we do Black women proud in the way of our dialogue involving this particular match, this particular moment. Because there's so much, it's deeper than rap, right? It's deeper than, like I said, what goes on in that square circle. Because the whole concept of this particular month in doing the watch list is breaking down Black wrestling history. And in today's climate, you've seen my post on the BGW pod page. You've seen Chaz, just our concepts, our philosophies. Black women are everything. They are our lifelines. They are our heartbeats. They are our mindsets. When there's a Black woman on wrestling television, I'm watching. I'm paying attention. You know what I mean? Because so many people don't give Black women that credit, right? And I could be wrong, Chaz. You know what I mean? If I am, please let me know. But one thing we're going to do on this platform, one thing we're going to do as Black men is lift up our sisters, lift up what they do, how they do it. You know what I mean? We're not nitpicking at the littlest things that people do. Right now, we are in a unbelievable era with the amount of Black women that we are seeing in our genre. Right? Hold on, let me lock the dot in real quick. Wait till he speaks.
Well,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Happy Black History Month and all that.
Come on, what's up, man?
What's going on, y'all? Good to see you, brothers.
Good to
God,
see
I'm
you,
good to see you, brother. My boy Chaz, my brother, how you doing?
Life is good, baby. Life is
I
good.
love that sweater. You look like you got that Pillman on.
Listen.
Fire.
Come on, what's up, man?
We coolin', man. We chilling. God is great. We here to honor Black women, all the queens. You know what I mean? I'm from Queens. It's only right.
Come on, bro. And you know what, man? I was telling Chaz, I think Twitter and the universe has a thing. We can't even retweet this show. Like, it's not allowing us to retweet anything on the pod page. So, yeah, but it's all good. It's all good because, once again, I feel like people going to see we live. They going to tap in.
It's going to find its way. It's going to find its way. It always does.
Holla. Fuck it. It's good, man. All that. You got to holla and pull up. We here. You talking about the watch list. Y'all tripping? It's the watch list. We in this motherfucker. You hear? Talented brothers talking this shit. We ain't getting it nowhere else like this. You heard? Facts.
Come on. So, we about to lock it in.
On the live on Twitter. It's not.
You can't retweet it.
It is weird.
Racism.
Always.
But
copy the link from YouTube and
but they'll let you play the Royal Rumble 92. They'll let you do that.
It's a setup.
My fault. It's me. That's the only difference. It's me. It's hating on me. My fault, y'all. They trying to get me. The industry, I'm too hot.
Come on, man. So, gentlemen, like I said, in order for us to really paint this picture of Sasha Banks, Bianca Belair, in this particular member, we really do got to pay homage to how we got here, right? Because traditionally, pro wrestling has been lauded as a white man's sport, right? You know what I mean? And that's just across the board, right? Even today, I feel like there's still like things put in place that will always try to remind you, like, at the end of the day, this is a white man's form of entertainment. And that is so far from the truth. You know what I mean? Like I said, grew up here in Virginia. I've gotten the absolute honor and privilege to see Black men, Black women, Black non-binary all come together for this love of pro wrestling, right? And you can now go back with the advent of social media, of the internet, and realize that Black women have always had a place here in pro wrestling, right? It's always been here. You know what I mean? Like, I still remember the first time I ever heard the name Ethel Johnson, right? Made her debut, I think, in 1952. And like I said, there was a documentary, I can't remember the name of it, and God forgive me, but there was a documentary that spotlighted Black women in professional wrestling in this era, right? And we're not talking about just like the middle of the card or the opening. We're talking about Black women that were headlining arenas at this time, right? For you gentlemen, what would you say your first, your first time hearing about these pioneers of the game in what they actually meant to the industry? Was it later on? Did y'all hear it early on? What were y'all thoughts?
So for me, I heard about it when I became part of the BGW podcast, for better or for worse. And when I say for worse, I don't mean in the sense of
that's crazy.
Let me finish, man. Let me finish.
My bad. PTSD be kicking in.
Okay, got it. When I say for worse, because I mean information like this should have been protected with all its heart. You know what I'm saying? And been valued and cherished. Because it's something from the ancestors. You know what I mean? And it got so whitewashed or pushed back or not given the attention it rightfully did until around, I don't want to say around this time, but I will say I didn't start seeing and hearing about it until like 2023 until now. You know what I'm saying? When I joined the pod. But it's for the better, because when I became a part of this brotherhood and became a part of this, this uber energy of just love and respect for one another. All the good things that I missed out on, you know what I mean? It felt like I was right there no matter what. So that's when I became aware of how deep this black rap shit go. And it's not apropos that it happened with the best, you know what I mean, collection of black guy wrestlers that talk about this shit in the game, if I do say so myself.
Talk your shit, King. It's your word.
Yeah. Yo, Julio, come in on the back end. Finish the job, brother.
So I'll be honest, like in my travels, watching wrestling for a long time, in my research, because I'm like anything I like, I get obsessed with. So I'll be trying to do the research. I'm trying to do the due diligence. So I would come across, like when I would get my little Pro Wrestling Illustrated magazines and like how they would, or WOW magazines or different magazines, and researching online where they had brought up black wrestlers. Then with the advent of Twitter, I was able to see a little bit of highlights of like these queens and like how athletic it was taking me back. Like they were like cruiserweights before cruiserweights and some of the stuff I was seeing. Like they was moving around. So, and then I did hear about Ethel Johnson. She kind of like, it's like I learned about her in my travels the same way I learned of Joe Louis. You know what I mean? Like it's just like of like black lore, black legendary lore. So it was just I wish I did more research and more tapped into her, but I always knew from young that there was a history with black wrestling and women's wrestling, and them putting the pain in. Furthermore, it's like blacks and watching wrestling, it goes hand in hand. Like that's this culture. Like if you go back to the old WCW, it's a bunch of black people in the crowds sprinkled all over. I remember watching the MSG show 81. It's a dude look like Joe Frazier, big nice fur, black coat on. You can tell he just left the block with his shorty and went to the Garden for WWF. You know what I'm saying? So it's like side shit that it's out there. You can look at the crowds. You can hear stories of people like, oh, my grandma loved wrestling. My grandma loved wrestling, like shit like that. So it's a beautiful thing. And it's always a connection, especially with the women in wrestling.
Yo, it's funny because I think there's a clip. It's on YouTube, and it's like maybe about, I want to say early 80s Memphis, right? And they were spotlighting this black older black lady. She had to be like 60, 70, right? And one thing that, like, you know, I mean, I'm sure y'all brothers have seen, like, older black women that watch wrestling get into the graps, like yo, they hate the heels, they love the baby faces, they're enthusiastic about what they're watching, right? And like it's funny because, like I said, like that never really got spotlighted when we were growing up, and at least in my viewpoint, right? It always felt like talking about an absolute legend like Jacqueline, right? Like in my growing up, you know, 8-9 years old, like they always positioned Jacqueline to be behind Sable, right? Which is fucking preposterous. You know what I mean? Like Jacqueline was that woman in the game, right? And we talking about battle testing. She came up in that Memphis USWA type joint. You, like I said, my first memories of Jacqueline was her beating up Disco Inferno in WCW. You know what I mean? Like, and like I no qualms about it. Like she whooping his ass, right? But
whoop that trick, beat his ass bad.
His ass, brother.
I think she put through a table. That was one of my first memories. I think it was Benoit. She jumped on Benoit through a table. Facts.
No fear.
I think.
What were you saying, Chess?
I think it was the unicorn.
Pegasus.
Yeah, Pegasus. Thank you. I think it was Pegasus. Yeah, that damn sure was Pegasus. Now I don't remember that memory. And who was she? Who was she? I'm sorry, we going on a tangent.
This time she was with Sullivan.
Sullivan, yes.
Yeah,
I couldn't believe, y'all. I could not believe as a little nigga. I could not believe Kevin Sullivan was pulling these fine joints. Like he lost woman, then popped out with Jackie. I said, hold on, the Taskmaster. I just got the motion.
not this nigga being a playboy, right? But
Yo, grimy short guys. I'm like, okay, short guys got it. You heard Short King. Shout out Kevin Sullivan.
see the PWI mags, you know what I mean? Pro Wrestling Illustrated. Classic, you know what I mean? Like seeing Jacqueline live, and we're gonna go back to the Pioneers because there's something I do want to pull up. But like Jacqueline was such an innovator because Jacqueline got active. Now, how did this nigga repost it?
What the hell?
I don't know, man. I don't know. We may thank you,
Low
brother.
gonna find a way. You know, Philly nigga gonna find a way.
Lo, if you're watching this, man, if you can see the live, please send it to me so I can repost it. But yo, so like Jacqueline was always positioned as like the number 2 behind Sable, like it absolutely had to do with race, right? It absolutely was a case. The higher ups had this blonde white woman. They thought, yo, this is where we're gonna put our money at, right? When in reality, you saw somebody like Jacqueline, like if you're a booker, somebody that's beautiful, somebody that's badass, why would you not slot her in more prominent roles, right? Like we're talking about somebody like when she was in Memphis, Miss Jackie, she was beating up half the men. Like you know, I mean, there was a period of time where like there wasn't that many women wrestlers, but like she was setting it off on the men more than she was the women. Just an absolute pioneer in the game. But like for y'all, like what was like Jacqueline to this to you? Love you, bro. Appreciate you.
Jackie was a beautiful black queen that I always thought was fire because again, I'm a WCW baby. So I first seen her in WCW. She was with Kevin. So I always thought she was tough as shit. And I love the way they made her good. So I understand she always was a heel. So I seen her as a heel. So I know even especially back then, they're not going to do too much with the heel, especially with women. They barely do things with the babyface women at the time. You feel what I'm saying? They had to get damn near naked to get some love. You know what I'm saying? Just real rap. So it's like Jackie was incredible. And then when I seen her to come to WWE, the Attitude Era, WWF, she's going crazy with Mark. Again, kind of the same situation. Mark lost Sable, then Mark pull up with Jackie. So Jackie...
Oh, his whole aura changed.
He was tough instantly. He wanted to start boxing and was like, yeah, I was a boxer. Like, he was a boxer and all that. Like, he just wanted to fight and he was tough. You know, that's what the energy Jackie do. Do your homework on a thick, southern, beautiful queen with what they'll make you do. Stuttering, all kind of shit. You want to get tough, you throwing boxing shorts on. He had the skull cap on. He was wilding.
That man has lived many lives. I tell you that much.
But here's the thing, right? Jacqueline, as far as a pioneer, right? It was one like I put Jacqueline on that bar with China, right? As far as like that toughness, like you got to remember in the 90s. Shoot, the 80s, the early 2000s, like if you weren't watching like independent wrestling, women were always positioned as like these, like they were the valets, they didn't get physical, they didn't get like they were like damsels in distress. Unless they were playing the heel, then they were positioned as like vindictive and everything like that, right? But then you have somebody like Jacqueline, you have a China, just a legit badass, right? And one thing I thought was very underrated about Jacqueline was Jacqueline cut a great promo. Like, because I feel like Jacqueline was not cutting a promo. Like, she just give it to you raw, right?
Yeah, it was just real rap.
Yeah.
Real quick. Happy birthday to my dog.
Hey, Nolo Day.
Nolo Green.
It's Nolo Day. You heard? Happy birthday, Nolo.
Come on, what's up, man?
Day. Fuck y'all talking
You
about?
evil bitch.
Ladies,
Happy birthday.
$20 right now. Ladies, cash app them $20 right now. What y'all talking about?
If you need a cash register right now.
Oh man, I don't want to lose track too much. But you know what I mean? Like it was very much a play with Jacqueline, where like I feel her promo skills were like top of the line because she had that Southern Texas drawl. You know what I mean? It made you pay attention, right? It made you, and like she knew she was the baddest. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you could not tell Jacqueline, like, yo, you second rate. Like, she walked with a confidence. She spoke with a confidence. When she got in that ring, Jacqueline never backed down from any male counterpart, right? And I feel like if you were Black growing up watching professional wrestling, like, that spoke to you. You know what I mean? Like, every man, woman can say they had a Black woman that influenced them in a way that like made them feel confident, right? And I feel like Jacqueline was that for a lot of women. You know what I mean? Shit, I'll say that she was like that for a lot of men, right? But she never got that praise. She never got that accolade.
And
you know what I mean?
And even still, it should be more. You understand? Like,
she did have a women's title run. I do want to say she did have a women's title run, so it's not. It could have been more.
right.
But she did have a title run, and took the belt from Sable, the top star at that. So she was there. That I remember that SummerSlam going into that mixed tag, and then with Edge debuted with Sable. Like, Jackie been part of some moments, you know what I'm saying? So definitely flowers for Jackie. You know, I always represent the horny marks. I go lie. So shout out to that rebellion. If you know, you know.
Sick.
And let me tell you something. At that point, Jackie should have got the fucking magazine. She wiped the floor with Sable on accident. Bitch, you should have seen her put her on the cover of the magazine the next month. But you know.
I mean, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. We don't have to go there, but you're not wrong.
Yo, look at this nigga. But and then but that's that whole, like, you see it in all forms of entertainment. You know what I mean? Especially towards darker skinned women. You know what I mean? Like that blatant racism towards them, like making them feel like they're not worthy of those type of things and those type of covers, and like I said, those type of accolades. Like I said, like, it was an uphill battle that they absolutely faced. And for the people that are tuning in, like I said, you know what I mean, we're talking about, obviously you see it in the headline, Sasha Banks and Bianca Belair, WrestleMania. We're gonna get to that, but in order to set that tone, we got to pay homage to the legends at hand. Like I said, the same time, like, talking about vastly underrated Jazz. You know what I mean? Like, Jazz, like, yo, in a different world, Jazz to me is a former ECW World Television Champion. That's how fire Jazz was.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? And Jazz, they're like, when you talk about like the shift in women's wrestling in WWE, I know everybody, like Trish, you know what I mean? Like, absolutely did her thing. The game don't shift until Jazz gets there.
Yeah.
Don't let that get twisted. The game in women's professional wrestling, I attribute it to two people, Finley and Jazz, right? Because Jazz, I feel like, brought it. You know what I mean? Memories of Jazz, gentlemen. Wait, you know what I mean? Give me what y'all thoughts on Jazz.
Jazz legend. Her Rodney Mack was my first couple goals, black couple goals. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Jackie and Rodney Mack. Facts. Jazz was a powerhouse. Jazz was no frills. Jazz was the law. Jazz got busy in ECW, so she came in the door with grit. Terrorized them girls. Jazz was in the wrong era, truthfully. You put Jazz in that black and gold NXT era.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Listen, you put Jazz in the NXT black and gold era. This might be Jazz versus Sasha or Jazz versus Bianca at WrestleMania main event.
Yo, can you imagine Jazz is like if Jazz was like the Shayna Baszler of like if they didn't have a Shayna Baszler, like Jazz running through the division? Insane.
Oscar Jazz, Charlotte Jazz, Bailey Jazz, Becky Jazz, Alexa Jazz.
Hold on, did you say Jazz and Oscar? Like that's something.
Come on, man.
I wouldn't even think of that.
Era.
And she's still, man. Jazz only 52.
What you trying to say? She still get down?
If you put Jazz with a lot of these women, she gonna dog walk them. Like,
that can still go right now. What you talking about? Get her contract. Why she not coaching somewhere? Why Jazz not coaching somewhere? She probably coaching in the NWA. Last time I seen it in the NWA. Shout out to Lawson.
Shout out. Look, he's spitting. We never
streak over. That streak over.
Yo, the Crusher. Peace and love, brother. I like that.
Shout to Crush, man.
Yo, my man said, "I'm here."
I'm here.
I like that energy. The Crusher here, you heard?
Shoot, like from a historical standpoint, Jazz, looking at the knowledge right here, 900 days as the NWA World's Women's Champion. Like,
Yep.
But you don't hear about that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they don't talk about that. Like with a lot of like black women in professional wrestling, unfortunately, like it's like they made you have to go seek out their accomplishments in the game. I don't think it's like that now, right? But like for the pioneers, it's like just think about it. In the 90s.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, no, I was going to say in the 90s, you had Jazz and Jacqueline, right? You don't really hear about too many. Like, I'm sure there's a plethora of unsung heroes that we never saw make it to the mainstream of professional wrestling television, right? And I'm talking about like the indie of the indie, like your local indie, wherever you are in the world, probably had a black woman in some capacity as a manager or a wrestler.
And then I think
that's all facts.
What bothers me the most when I think about the lineage of black women, where we are today versus where we were eons ago, the gap between 1948 and 2026, it's wide, but really it isn't, because the effects of how black women, and I'm looking at this poster that you sent to Scott about how these amazing black women that was in this tournament, can you imagine if like their history and their knowledge was always pushed to the forefront every single year? So you got, like you said, bingo, that one, beautiful. You mentioned, like you said, we talked about the 90s, we think about the 90s, we think about the black women wrestlers. We got Jacqueline, we got Jazz. There might be some more, like you said, in the indies that we haven't seen. I know they had some in that UPN video shit you sent us.
Oh, yeah.
I know they had some hitters down there. But again, that's really it. And then there's another gap. We'll have a few flashes here and there, but then there's another gaps until, you know what I'm saying, around the Sasha Banks, Naomi, totally Divas type era. That's when the uptick started, and it was a spark that just never stopped going out. But I say all that to say this. The gap between the early 1900s and the early 90s really, really stunted a lot of what black women could be now. Because the representation wasn't always at the forefront. And yes, somebody has to do it. You got to be somebody. But can you just imagine what other women that wanted another way out outside of like normative things or things that they had to be 20 times better for outside of their white counterpart? Can you imagine like this community of black women wrestlers that had just always been like the same way it was a community for black male wrestlers or and the white counterpart and Latin for sure. So I think when I think about the history of black women and I value and I treasure where we're at now, knowing it could still be better, obviously, but we're so many eons and light moons away from a lot of things that we didn't even think were possible. Like we didn't think of Sasha versus, you know what I mean, Bianca for a minute before shit was possible until it became possible. And now somebody else, a little girl will be like, damn, that's how they moving, you know what I'm saying, in the graps. This might be another way out. You know what I mean? Even if they feel like they're not trying to aim for like the biggest thing, they're just looking for a way out. Oh, it can go, if you take it really, be serious with it, you can go to the top. And now with so many other options with an AEW and, you know, other ones, but more so with us uplifting the indie scene with your Ashays, you know what I mean, your Flight Club, your Nat Sound Pros. We're doing our due diligence. I think we are. I would hope and believe that we're doing our part. This community that we've built with ourselves and other our like-minded individuals we see doing their thing. We're building a time capsule for the next generation so that they don't have to go through the trenches anymore about trying to dig up lost information, lost recipes, lost arts. Like we have it right here for you, and we just hope that you continuously push this forward, because a gap should never happen like that ever again, especially within the Black sisterhood. Bro,
this poster, I just saw this poster for the first time on Thursday, right? Like I said, I've prided myself on being a historian in some capacity, but this poster made me realize like there's still more work to do.
Yeah.
Shit only knew 6 of these names, right? 6 of these names on the, and we have what? Over about 20?
Yeah.
Over 20, and this is during the 50s, right? You know what I mean? For those that, you know what I mean, like I said, first time in the whole world Negro Girls World Tournament, right? Like the ferocious Black Pussycat, the Negro Girls World Champion. Like,
yo, it feel like Muda took old swag already.
Yeah. Hey.
And keep in mind, right? Because now we going into Black wrestling history. Like, for those that don't know, because like the once again racism, segregation, a lot of territories had Negro titles, no different than like the Negro leagues and everything like that. So like there was plethora of Black talent that could only challenge for the Negro World Champion, the Negro Women's Champion. And once again, these are things like, this is something I know for a fact. The lineage of those particular titles, those Negro championships, are so difficult to find, right?
I can only imagine.
Yeah, like you got to remember, there used to be like, you know what I mean, like bookers, regulations, everything. These things weren't being documented because, like I said, they're like, yo, we not book, you know what I mean? Like there's no point of keeping track of these are just Black wrestlers, right? And so therefore we have lost so much history.
Woo.
Right? And we're in this day and age, like I said, I wish I could shout the brother out who posted that poster, because he just opened up a door for me, and I'm sure for y'all brothers.
I can't even front. I didn't mean to cut you off. I'm sorry.
No,
I literally just tried to Google Black Pussycat Wrestler. I couldn't even find it on Google. That's crazy.
That's what I'm dead. And so that's why I said, like, it is so important to spotlight these women. And keep in mind, like, and Ethel Johnson, Babs Wingo, they were sisters, if I'm not mistaken. If I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong. But they were big stars. They were the money draws, right? You know what I mean? Like this was during that, like this is pre-Moolah. So like only I think the gentleman's name was Billy Scott. And he, you know what I mean? Like he recognized like, yo, like these women are talented. Like they're, you know, Ethel Johnson passed away in 2018. Just think about that. 2018, she passed away, right? There's probably so much she saw in that era of just racism, sexism, you know what I mean? Like, probably knowing, like, I'm probably better than a lot of what we have out here, right? But not giving those platforms and that opportunity to showcase her skills. But even without that, she was a money draw, right?
She's like the great like musicians of the Chitlin circuit. You feel what I'm saying? Of like those guys probably feeling like, hell yeah, I'm better than Sinatra and them. You feel what I'm saying? I'm in here, I'm going crazy. I'm just on the Chitlin circuit. So I feel she probably was on the wrestling version of it. And I'm gonna really do my homework. Because to be honest with you guys, I really was never big on women's wrestling as a kid growing up. You feel what I'm saying? Blame the programming, you know what I'm saying, outside of Medusa and like stuff like that, but that was like bits and pieces. I never was like drawn to women wrestling, right? And then it was the NXT girls that really got me into women's wrestling and turned my whole outlook on women's wrestling and like seeing how far they can go. I always seen it like how they could be main events and stuff like that. And I really like grew to like joy women's wrestling to the point now that last year I feel the women had a better year than the men on all accords, any category you could pick. You know what I mean? And I normally would have been like, oh no, the women fuck out of here. But no, they're amazing talent. And there's so many talents in the indies. Even now, like the indies, the women are like the hottest in the indies. It's everywhere. The women is just, and that's just not, I'm not talking just, that's just facts. I'm just from what I'm seeing. Women are just going crazy. So to see the growth, you know, it's sad that Ethel doesn't get like the flowers in the sense of like a Hall of Fame induction and shit like that, like or more spotlighted and platform. But maybe that should change now. You know what I'm saying? Because and thank God we have shows like this where we just doing our small little part to just honor these women that really paved the way, just so they know that they not in vain and they in heaven. Like, damn, all right, somebody see me.
And before we kind of hit it with the to the monetization, there is a particular black women's wrestler I want to spotlight. Her name is Sandy Parker. Sandy Parker was genuinely, like, there's not even an exaggeration, probably one of the best wrestlers in the 70s, right? Black woman, lesbian. So you got to imagine the trials and tribulations that she went through. It was one thing to be a black woman, but to be a gay black woman in that time frame, right? She found her success because she, under that Moolah tutelage, Moolah gonna get her check, right?
Of course.
Sandy Parker, the things that she went through, the things that Moolah put her through, you know what I mean, is god awful things I don't even want to say on this podcast. But what's up?
Nasty ass Moolah.
Nasty ass Moolah. Fuck fabulous Moolah. I'll tell her grandchildren this, you know what I mean, to their face. It's, yeah. Sandy Parker got her fame and notoriety and success in Japan. She went over to All Japan Women and had a phenomenal run. That's a whole different conversation in itself about black wrestlers in Japan that we could tap into in a later watch list. But you know what I mean? For a black woman to go into Japan in the 70s and then have the success, that's just like, you know what I mean? Like, that's a whole different breed of talent. You know what I mean? Like, she was like, that's an A gamer to the max, right? And so, like, it genuinely, like, it warms my heart when I see like a Jada Stone in Japan, or I see a Maya World making an appearance at Tokyo Joshi, like, you know what I mean? Like,
I think about to slide back over there.
Yeah. Like, shoot, like, that's why they call Athena the American Joshi, you know what I mean? To kind of hit it into the modern, because like I said, we've been blessed in the last, I want to say 15 years about black women in this sport. Right now, we're seeing just an influx of talent, right? And I feel like a lot of what you see in 2026, we can go back to this time, like this particular match between Bianca and Sasha. So now we got to set the stage of the combatants and their importance, right? Sasha Banks, Mercedes Moné. I will make the argument, the greatest women's wrestler ever. I know my man Lorenzo, he thinks that, right? In fact, I think
Facts.
Lorenzo said the greatest black wrestler of all time, right? I genuinely feel anything I say about Mercedes Moné, Sasha Banks, there's not enough words I can do to hype up her influence in the game. Don't get this twisted, right? Do not get this twisted. Sasha Banks versus Bayley, NXT TakeOver Brooklyn, is one of the most important matches to ever take place in this business. I put that up there with the the influential status of like Dynamite Kid and Tiger Mask. That match changed everything.
It's put that match with every match. Your Bret Austin, WrestleMania 13, your Sting Flairs, your Dusty Flairs, Rob Van Dam, Jerry Lynn, Danielson, Punk and Joe, whatever. Put that match with all of them. It's there, without a doubt.
What do you think? You know what I mean? We got to look at like the time frame too. Like this is the Sasha Banks era, right? This is the Sasha Banks, like it was like 2021, like it felt like Sasha was becoming what we all wanted her to be. And not because of anything of her doing. It just felt like the company was more interested in pushing Charlotte, in pushing Becky. But the people were clamoring for Sasha. What were your thoughts of Sasha around this time and like her, her character, who she was as a wrestler, not what we see today, because like I said, Mercedes Moné, the wrestler today, different, you know what I mean, like on a whole different stratosphere. But in this time, in this NXT era, going into the WWE era, what were your thoughts of Sasha Banks?
From the stuff that I've been able to gather and put together and remember, you felt like it's a perfect combination of being where you're supposed to be and knowing you're supposed to be there. And Sasha Banks knew, like you said, at this moment, I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be. I'm exactly the big dog. I'm exactly the trailblazer. I'm the standard. I'm the pallbearer of what this women game should be. And I'm about to take it to another stratosphere. Even after the loss, you knew like, yeah, okay, she is the money maker. You know what I'm saying? And she didn't miss her moment. She could have easily weltered, could have easily fell back. Maybe I'm not as big as the other four horsewomen. Maybe I am kind of low on the totem pole, but she never. From the things I always remember about Sasha Banks is whatever the moment was, she exceeded and rizzed past it. And when you think about resumes and people, when you compare people, you gotta be like, okay, titles and X, Y, and Z is cool, but did they make impactful moments? If you can tell me about this wrestler to a casual fan, if you can do that and win that casual fan with wrestling, you got something. Because again, moments sometimes outlive the championship runs. It's like, or they become part of the moment. But I like people that always understand when the money's on the table, pun intended, you take it to the bank.
Nah, I see what you did there. And you did it. You just did it again too. You said take it to the bank. Banks, Monet. I see you.
Heartbreak Julio. I'm learning a little something.
Yeah, don't let that go over your head, man. That was a couple bars right there. A couple bars. My boy LL Cool C. I already see you in what bag you was in. I already seen the fit. I knew what bag you was in today. I just knew it. It was time. I'm ready. I'm here for it all.
Oh,
Black History Month. Act fucking bad.
You motherfucking right. But yeah, Sasha Banks at this time for me was like she was ready to take that next leap into the stratosphere. And that match in that moment, she cemented that thought for me.
Julio, man, you somebody whose knowledge is deep in this game, man. So you've seen plethora of wrestlers come by. What thoughts on Sasha Banks 2021 era?
Oh, okay. I didn't know. I think you was fucking the Bailey era. Good. I'm glad. I wanted to.
Yeah.
This was literally her blueprint era. Blueprint album there. She was in her form as WWE. This was her final form in WWE because for years, see what people don't understand is don't get Mercedes fucked up. She always was number 2. If you know, you know. It was Charlotte. Mercedes had kind of jumped over and won the belt before Charlotte, if I'm not mistaken. So, or beat Charlotte early on. So Mercedes was always like 1 and 2 fighting with Charlotte back then. Bailey and Becky had to get hot later on and build their way up. They was going through it because of that. Sasha brought Bailey up with that match in Brooklyn and propelled Bailey. So when we get to this WrestleMania, Sasha now has unlocked her form. Sasha was historically getting short title reigns. They was shitting on her on Twitter all about it because she would have these short title reigns, more of a transitional champion during this feud with Charlotte. So then when she was able to have this lengthy reign on SmackDown during the pandemic, ladies and gentlemen, pandemic. That's another thing too. When y'all talk this night 1 shit, I'm done talking. Y'all can never disrespect night 1 main event. That is the WrestleMania main event. Them 2 queens main evented WrestleMania. The first one outdoors after the pandemic. So you will never, ever, ever, ever shit on night 1 and it goes over with me. I don't respect it. Night 1 is the main event. I didn't like it when Punk said it either. Whenever the fuck them girls main evented it, that is a WrestleMania main event. First one outdoors, WrestleMania main event after the pandemic. And Sasha carried that damn shit with her and Bailey. Carried that shit, multiple time champion. She had unlocked her final. So I can totally understand why she walked the fuck out a couple years later. Because god damn, I done gave you this run. And y'all still not seeing where I need to be. And y'all still like got me doing dumb shit. So that was the blueprint era for real. The Blueprint album, Jigga, that was the time she was on.
Yo,
I love your beat though.
Can I just say the legendary Sasha Naomi walkout took place here, Norfolk, Virginia. That's Virginia legacy right there. Black women pulled up to Virginia and they were like, "Yo, we trying to hit Granby Street. We trying to right." I agree with you with what y'all saying about Sasha. Like, if what we're seeing right now with the character work she's doing with Mercedes Moné is what it is right now, you go back to this era, right? Because like you said, it felt like she finally was given the ball to run with, and she was going to maximize every little bit of this, right? You saw a confidence come from her, especially in this particular match. Like, she walked with such like a confidence, like, I am the best in what I do. Like, nobody is touching me. Like, and I really do feel like that's like a real thing for the person, right? The person that portrays Mercedes Moné, Sasha Banks. Like, she should absolutely feel like she is the best at what she does, because there's periods where she is the best at what she does, right? I think I don't even think I 100% say, and we like I said, we throw that word fumble a lot, you know what I mean? And I don't want to say Sasha Banks in WWE was a fumble, but did they maximize every little bit of Mercedes? No, they didn't, right? And you can spitball of why that happened. You can spitball ideologies, you know what I mean? Like, at the end of the day, we just know she felt disrespected, right? It was 2 years prior to this. So before the pandemic, the whole thing about like her being backstage, like her, I think her and Bayley had lost the tag team titles. She was backstage. They really used to paint, and not just the company, but fans used to paint Sasha in such a light where it was like she was like manipulative. She wouldn't sell for people. She wouldn't do the job. You know what I mean? Like that whole concept of her laying on the ground crying because she lost the tag team titles, like, and then she took like a sabbatical because, like I said, the shit fucked with her mentally, right? You can absolutely blame the fans and you can blame the company for not backing her up during that time, right? It was no different than the walkout. Like the walkout, they painted a picture of two black women that at the end of the day, like they called them ungrateful. They absolutely called them ungrateful, and they should be happy with their position when they're really questioning, like, yo, we're tag team champions. For those that don't know the story, I'll fill you in real quick. Sasha and Naomi, a legend I want to talk about in a little bit, were the women's tag team champions. They wanted a true run with the titles. Make these what you see on television right now with the tag team titles, that was not the case in 2022. These belts were nothing, right? Let's keep it as 100 as possible. They wanted to take these titles and run with it. Y'all remember the Powerpuff Girls? It was Sasha, Naomi, Bianca. Excellent. It was phenomenal, right? They put them in a 5-way number one contenders match. I can't remember who the champion was at the time. I think it was Bianca. I think it was Bianca for the Raw title. And they went up to Vince, Bruce, whoever, and was like, yo, this don't make no sense. Why would we as the tag team champions be against each other? And then on top of that, just the constant disrespect, kind of letting them know, like, yo, you guys need to know your place. And they walked out. And I remember I was right next to Nola. We were in the building when this happened. I remember the graphic popping up.
Oh, you was there.
I was there. We were there that night. We were there.
Wow.
I legit remember the graphic popped up, right? The graphic popped up that it was a 5-way match. And then 5 minutes later, I see that they had left the building. And I remember showing it to Nolo. I was like, yo, Sasha and Naomi just walked out. And I was like, should we walk out in solidarity?
I'd have walked out too. Fuck it.
But there's a reason why you look at Mercedes today and fully understand why she's not going back to WWE at this moment, right? Oh, go. What were you about to say, Julio?
Let's just cut the shit, right?
Okay.
Mercedes is the reason they invested in black right now. Let's just cut the shit. The reason they invested in so much black wrestlers, seen that blueprint, is because of Mercedes. Mercedes paved the way. She don't really get enough credit for that. She lost so many damn title matches. Now they got the nerve to call her Hogan. When she's going on these indies. Let me tell you, none of them is better than Mercedes.
At
None
all.
of them is better than them. None of them is respect to all of them. None of them is better than Mercedes.
Do you think I knew who the fuck Winnipeg Pro Wrestling was before Mercedes were made? No disrespect to those talent. Y'all out there grinding.
She putting on for the indies, got big belts on pay-per-views, national TV, stadiums, arenas, all over the world for the love of the game. Let her have a moment. Y'all want to throw dirt on the Black Queen. I'm tired of it. She been her. She been that. Mercedes, it sickens me sometimes, the hate. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, it's like she knows the business. Back to when she cried because her and Bayley was trying to put them tag team belts for years, crying and writing and arguing. So of course she's gonna feel some emotion. You feel what I'm saying? To something that was near and dear to her. This shit was real to her. You feel what I'm saying? And damn it, I want my wrestlers to have some love and passion for this shit. When they don't, you hating and you mad. So you can't please nobody. You feel what I'm saying? I shout out to the queen. She did her thing. She been her. I just had to go on a little rant, man.
let me piggyback. Low might be right. Because now that we're talking about Mercedes and Sasha, the career, the literal blueprint of 8 to 24 or 23 to 45, however you want to slice it. Her influence off it out of the ring is just as impactful. Because I never even tied the fact that what she did with her multiple title run and elevated AEW to another atmosphere and indie wrestling at the same time.
Yeah.
It didn't even dawn like, oh shit.
They
got a real shooter over there that can take away these WWE numbers. Yeah, we might want to fuck.
She got the fucking current WWE World. She got the current WWE World Heavyweight Champion a job.
Nah, Mercedes.
I was there that night.
Black wrestler of all time.
I was there that night.
She's
still influencing the WrestleMania main event.
Wait a second.
I was there that night. Everybody. Talk about back door open.
We need to revisit this. I want to dive deeper because damn.
Look.
And she coming to get that, Steph. Yeah. Don't get it twisted. She coming to get that back, Steph. We need that back.
I don't want it though, man. I don't want it.
Damn.
Bailey got one foot out the door, man. I need that.
I
need that for
I'm telling you this. The next whatever Pam does will tell you the future of what happens. If Pam stays, we're gonna take that money train, and we're gonna be and it ain't no more Sasha Banks. Yeah, like Matt Cardova, Mercedes on the Titan, like Powerhouse. How I destroy the shit. Sasha Banks, Mercedes on the Titantron. Yeah, and we're gonna shake the building.
I said it earlier that Bailey and Lyra about to pull up like Naito and Bushi. You know what I mean? Like. They about to pull up to AEW and just say, "Yo, we here. We want to grab. We want to wrestle."
I just want to wrestle, man.
Pam pull up. I kind of feel she's not going to win the AEW title till Pam pull up, because I feel like that's how that's going to happen. But that's just my,
So you feel booking. It's going to be my whole arc that I've made, my Act 3, I see her winning in the summer. Bailey got what 2 more years? 2028?
Nah, this year, dog.
This year.
Yeah.
Oh, Julio, we might.
Yeah, it's this year.
Yeah. Yeah.
We gotta make it through the summer.
We gotta make it. Okay.
So this year is very important on what's gonna happen.
I can wait. Because
also sidebar double or nothing in Queens, y'all. I'm just saying that's what the streets are saying. I need to pull up on me. Double or nothing. I'll show you the town. Y'all. I'm just saying.
Damn.
Look, I know my wife is watching, so if that's something we should put on the docket, my love, let me know. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
We just go up to New York. We just never come back.
Hey, you already know you can pull up right here. Bad Studios, you're.
Listen. Come on. See? Already the hospitality.
On the corner.
And that's facts.
Hey.
That is facts, too. Shout out to A.O. Bacon. That is facts, too.
Let's revisit Scott. Let's revisit.
Well, we're gonna talk. The flip of the coin. If Mercedes Moné, Sasha Banks is 1A, 1B is Bianca Belair.
Yeah.
When I tell you Bianca Belair, like there's certain wrestlers that like have this energy about them that like they're gonna be great no matter what. Like there's nothing that they can do that would make them feel second fiddle at any point. Bianca Belair, at no point in the entire time of her career, like I said, if you remember the Mae Young Classic, I think it was 2016. The very first time I ever saw Bianca Belair, I was like, yo, she is going to be the one of ones. Just when you talk about that confidence, Bianca is just that. To the point, I feel the women's division today in WWE has suffered because she's not here.
Tell me about it. Yeah.
My daughter looking for Bianca actively.
Brother, I'm looking for Bianca actively.
We all looking for her actively.
Yo.
She was looking at that Rumble. That was the first time she watched the Rumble, and I knew because I had watched it earlier, so we was catching up at the nighttime to watch it with her. And she was like, yo, she was starting to braid her hair like Bianca. She's like, I can't wait till she come out. She's like, I can't wait for Bianca. I'm like, damn, baby. Damn, baby.
It's like that.
I'm shout to Lash though. She held it down for the crib. Yeah.
Yo, but listen, I was listening. I was waiting for that. I'm on my own. I'm like, I would have went crazy, but we ain't get it. Same thing though, gentlemen. Bianca and her influence in the game. And like I said, Bianca only been wrestling 10 years, if I'm not mistaken.
That's so crazy.
10
That's
years.
so crazy.
10 years in the game, and look at everything that Bianca fits the mold of somebody like if she wanted to retire today,
yeah,
one of the greatest of all time.
Bianca is Beyonce. Bianca is the Black Cena. Bianca is incredible. She's literally the EST. That's the crazy part. And that's why it's like, and I remember there was a certain point where like if it was like Mercedes came on and I was so fake, y'all. I'm gonna keep it 100. Mercedes came on, she was the best. And then Bianca did something, and I'm like, no, Bianca's the best. Then Mercedes did something else again, and I'm like, damn, Mercedes the best. Bianca is a fucking GOAT. What she does for young Black girls, right? Forget the women at this point. No love to you. I'm just talking. I just wanted to hone in on what she does for young Black girls and girls of all denominations, but especially Black girls that look like her, can relate to her, is something that can never be really. There's no ranking, there's no tweet, there's nothing to really quantify how special that is. You feel what I'm saying? So with that alone, she is goated forever. You know what I'm saying? I have a daughter. I've seen Bianca's presence like I've seen it in real time. To be the strongest, to be the fastest, to be the best, to be the illest, to be the dopest, to be the baddest, to be the finest. She's her, right? This is why this WrestleMania main event is one of the greatest WrestleMania main events of all time. Of all time.
Man.
Of all fucking time. Bianca is the GOAT. So if honestly, they need to hold the best shit ever, like best woman wrestler, Black woman wrestler, is like that picture of Jason Kidd and Grant Hill holding up the Rookie of the Year. It's Bianca and Mercedes. That's it. That's where I'm at with it. They both have it. I'm not picking. Not.
This is you saying that just unlocked a memory for me. So, like I said, I was at WrestleMania 38, the year after this particular match. And right behind where me and Nolo were sitting were like a family. And the family had 3 little Black girls, right? And like I said, they were hyped the entire night. You know what I mean? They were cheering for Rick Boggs. You know what I mean? Shinsuke. Like, I was like, all right, they in the trenches. They know what's up. And if you remember, Bianca's entrance was the HBCU. I can't remember what HBCU it was out in Texas that did the entrance for. But I remember when Bianca came out, brother. When I tell you, like, one of the girls was crying. Like, I'll never forget it. One of the girls was crying. And like all 3 of them were just so excited, like, and we're a good way away from you can see the ring, but like to really lock in, like you looked up at the screen, but you could see the ring. And I just remember them just like constantly, they were just so happy to see Bianca. That's what they were there for, right? Like they were singing the theme, like it was a beautiful, it was a moment for me where I was like, yo, this is what pro wrestling is all about. we get online and we argue, you know what I mean? We see people bitch and complain about like this form of entertainment, right? When at the core of it is you're supposed to get lost in this form of art, right? And it's beautiful because kids don't know whether what they're watching is real. They might know, you know what I mean? Shout out like to like the ones that like are fully aware, but then there's some that like they just want to get lost in the concept of what they're watching. And those three little girls saw a superhero, literally saw a superhero, right? That right there, what Julio's saying, like Julio has a daughter, like he's explaining, like that's a power, right? To just see somebody that looks like you, acts like you, that makes you want to be like them, right? The second most powerful thing I ever saw involving Bianca Belair was, once again, it was a WrestleMania. And I think it was, what was the one? I want to say 2023, I believe. The very first, the one that had the very first Cody and Roman match. I think it was 2023.
39, yeah.
39, okay.
39.
And Bianca wrestled Asuka that night. And these group of girls come out on the stage with Bianca, and they're doing the dance, right? Doing the dance and everything like that. Now, I just remember one little girl, she had to be more than maybe 3 or 4, comes out. She's got the hair, she's whipping the joint, right? Bianca comes out, you know what I mean? Grabs her by the hand, like, you know what I mean? Like, they're doing the full entrance. And then you find out, I think it was later that night, that little girl's parents had just died, I think within that week, right? So imagine you have all these black girls on stage, right? And then you have this one little girl who just lost her parents. I'm getting choked up just talking about it. This one little girl, just her whole world rocked, you know what I mean? Lost her parents. And Bianca is making them feel that she's giving them an experience, right? Once again, that is where pro wrestling could be something beautiful. Fuck the tribalism, the arguments, all that, right? Shit is deeper than that, right? That is the essence. Like I said, like if you're a pro wrestler watching this right now, you know what I mean? Never diminish what you think your influence is. You have no idea who's watching. Going to this match, the amount of black girls that probably watched this and was like, yo, I'm seeing myself in this ring. I'm seeing myself in this face-off. I'm seeing myself wearing the gear that they're wearing. I see myself following in their footsteps. That right there is the influence of black women in pro wrestling, right? And I think that's what makes this match so beautiful. That's all I got right now. That's all I got until we get to
that was beautifully said, brother. For sure. Like, it's incredible. Like, even if like Bianca's last match is a match of the year candidate and one of the best WrestleMania matches ever.
Facts.
You know what I mean? Like, what is there to say? Like, she's her influence and the effect that she has. Like, I don't even remember wanting, and this is just facts of like anticipating a women's wrestling return. This feels like when she returns, this is gonna feel like when Triple H returned for me. You know what I'm saying? Of how big, and I know people are like, oh, Triple H, but if you know, and you was there that time.
I definitely went there. I was like, Triple H.
Yeah, but no, what I'm saying, that was a moment. That was a like even trying to front on her. I don't like that. They be trying to front on Triple H, but he came back. That was a real moment. Like, oh damn, Hunter gone. He came back and he was in Birmingham. You know what I'm saying? So like, this is a very anticipated return. I was hyped to watch SmackDown because I was hoping she came back on SmackDown. You feel what I'm saying? So when she returns, it's going to be a legendary moment in time, and just all the love to her and Sasha and Mercedes, to everybody, all of them.
And before we get to the match, I do want to spotlight, because like I said, I felt like this person is very pivotal to this time frame and what the evolution Naomi's influence. And I feel like, and they've said it, Bianca and Mercedes, about how incredible Naomi is as number one, as a human being and a person. But same thing, like Naomi is somebody I hold in the highest regard as far as a professional wrestler and her influence in the game. Naomi to me reminded me, like, as far as her influence, is like Tuco Scorpio. You know what I mean? Like, and I don't say that with.
She's the bridge.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Literally the same way Scorpio influenced the generation, Naomi was that influence there too. Because same thing. Naomi is. I don't know if y'all watched Unreal or everything like that, but I saw the clip of when Naomi when she won Money in the Bank, and the love. I can't even.
Yes, that was one of my favorite parts of Unreal. The pure jubilation,
love,
and tears.
Yeah, for somebody that they know deserved the praise, the accolades. You know what I mean? And obviously, she's about to give birth to the baby Oos. So I wish, I know I speak for my brothers here. We continue to wish her well in her journey, and we can't wait till everything is on a beautiful trajectory up. But Naomi played such a pivotal part in, like, I feel like the importance of this match too, even if she wasn't in it. You know what I mean? Because I wish we could find out, like, the words of encouragement she gave both of them. You know what I mean? Any thoughts on or anything we want to say on Naomi, gentlemen?
Trendsetter. You know what I mean? Like HBJ said, she's a bridge. There always has to be one to blaze a trail. That the trail that seems very rough and it's not easy, and no one really thinks they have the magic to do it. I don't know how a lot of people felt when Naomi and Sasha left the first time, but I think maybe, I don't want to speak people, but maybe people thought that, eventually Sasha was going to be okay, and people really didn't understand what was going to be next for Naomi. Well, she put all that shit to bed in a short matter of time when she made an impact at Impact. And she carried that brand. She put it on her back, and they owe her whatever percentage they get a week. They need to send that, or half of that, to Naomi. You need to send half of that to Naomi, because you
send a little of that AMC paper over to Naomi. Facts.
You don't get to AMC without Trinity. You don't get there. You know what I'm saying? She did that, and when she left, you felt her impact when she was gone, and what they tried to. And shout out to Jordan Great, she did a hell of a job. But you felt that, and they're still probably reeling to this day. You felt it when she left because of what she brought and the eyes she brought. But you knew she had to go, and you knew she was going to go back because it made sense, and she deserved to be back in the spot. She could have did you ain't telling me Naomi could have did numbers in the overseas run. She could have did mad noise, but she felt like that wasn't her path. She understood she did what she needed to do to let it be known, like, I'm her, but also yesterday's price is not today's price. I wish I was a fly on the wall to see the numbers she got. My Lord. But she deserved it. She earned it. She earned it before. She just had to let it know, like, don't play on the nigga's top, because I'm really her. You don't. She was a trailblazer. Again, like I told you before when we talked about the Divas era, she was our it. You know what I'm saying? You always mentioned Naomi too. You always saw her doing something. She always understood, whatever role you give me, I'm going to knock it out the park. And she always did that. She turns whatever shit you give her to where when you're seeing this, and hopefully, when she's ready, she comes back to me. You're seeing this warning image. Don't cross me type image. This has been years upon years upon years of acting and trying and trial and error. Like, we didn't just get here. She been in the trenches figuring this shit out to where when she gets back, she completes her magnum opus run. because character in the ring, on the mic, she's hitting it all. So I hope she knows we don't get to a Sasha, we don't get to a Bianca, we don't get to a Lash, we don't get to a Murray Sade, we don't get to an Athena's, we don't get to a lot of these big names without Trinity, because she was a trailblazer then, and she still, in some way, shape, or form, finds ways to be a trailblazer again and again and again. And you know, you better proceed with caution when you talk about her. The fuck? Chill.
Well said, brother. Naomi is, like I said, the bridge. Naomi is just a legend. She really like took scraps and made the most beautiful soul food, right? She went from a valet, took that over the top, still stood tall, still stood strong, elevated, really upped her game. I remember her with the Orlando, the Orlando Mania, and she had the belt, the glow era. That last year with Naomi, Jade, Bianca, probably one of the best stories told in wrestling last year, or whatever year that was. Probably, last year. So like a blur, but the way she was able to turn that around into the caution era, and then just every time giving the ball, just performing every era, no matter what they threw at her, she was able to turn it into lemonade every time. My fault. She was able to turn it into lemonade every time, right? So she was able to turn it into lemonade every trip, right? So with that being said, it's like she's a GOAT. A lot of this doesn't happen without Naomi. She definitely played her position, played her role, and was incredible. Just talent. I can't wait for her to return, and she's gonna have a very much anticipated return too. And she's just like, she's right there. It's the three. It's them three. You feel what I'm saying? Like Naomi is just her. I can think of so many times, so many talents. They had her with bums. She was making bums hot. She went through a lot, came back, the walkout, went to TNA, got her name Trinity. I was talking to a shorty, right? I'm like, yo. I'm like telling her, like, I was trying to fake tell her I'm about to watch Survivor Series. Don't, like, you know, leave me alone type shit. So I'm like, yo, you know, I watched this shit and I'm like, this is wrestling. And I was breaking down. She was like fake. She was kind of fake, like acting like she wasn't into it. Right. And then she said, oh, I'm like, yeah, you know, then they got these guys. I'm talking about the War Games. I'm like, Roman, he got his cousins, the Usos. I'm like mansplaining it to her. Right. And then she's like, oh, that's Trinity husband, right? And then I said, wait, Trinity husband? Why you ain't calling Naomi? Wait, oh, then she was like, yeah, nah, I'll be fake watching wrestling. I like this. I was like, oh shit. So that's what I'm saying. That's the shit I can't, you know what I'm saying? I don't have these moments with Thea Hale, respectfully. You know what I'm saying? I don't have these moments with I need to shoot that Thea. Whatever.
Yeah, I was gonna tell you.
All right.
Like, that was a clean straight too. I was like, yo, what Thea do?
Damn, I thought Thea was cool.
That's what I'm saying. And we'll go through the match and then kind of spotlight what the future looks like, especially with like the amount of black women that are dominating pro wrestling. But the match itself, right? If I'm being honest with you, I don't remember too much of the build to this match. I do remember Sasha slapped Bianca and Bianca was mad confused. I remember that. But if there was one thing I remember in the build up to this match was the campaign that this match main event one of the nights at WrestleMania. I remember that very vividly. I'm pretty sure if I go back into the archives of BGW, we were absolutely talking about this. Like, you have the opportunity, you know what I mean? If I'm not mistaken, this was the second year they did 2 nights of WrestleMania. So the first one was the pandemic, the 2021. It continued on. If it continued on, that means there's now allotted for 2 main events. the key matches going into this particular Mania, like I said, just thinking off the top of my head, I remember it was Drew and Bobby Lashley. Bad Bunny was wrestling, making his official in-ring debut. Phenomenal Super Bowl performance, by the way. Shout out to Benito. Roman, Edge, Brian Danielson, which ended up being the night 2 main event. But then, like I said, it really came down to either it was going to be Drew and Bobby, or it was going to be Sasha and Bianca. Nobody wanted Drew.
I'm about to say, Lord.
Nobody wanted that.
Hey, listen. No disrespect, but
and keep in mind, you know what I mean? Once again, of the historical significance, it was just, I think, the month prior, Bobby Lashley becomes the second black man, or the third, with The Rock, but the second, third black man to win the WWE Championship. So there was this significance of Bobby Lashley possibly main eventing a WrestleMania, but it was so much deeper than, like I said, the women absolutely should headline. We have 2 black women that could headline WrestleMania. That's major in itself. So I remember the online campaign. Yeah, bro, Theo, that's what I'm saying.
Yo, I ain't gonna hold you, man. I ain't like what she did to Blake, man. She pulled that shit, like I said on the pod. Like I said on the pod, she pulled that shit with Moolah. It'd have been a dark day for her, respectfully.
We did watch the Rumble last Saturday, brother. Yeah, thank you.
Yo, shout out to Crush. Yo, we hot. Shout out to Crush the Crusher, man.
Yeah, they locking in
all night.
They're locking in.
In all night. Shout out to Crush the Crusher, 7134. That's your block or whatever. Shout out to you in your hood.
But yeah.
Shout the block. Shout the hood. It's Black History Month. You heard? Even if you ain't black, bro. Shout your hood. Shout the black niggas on your block. Black History Month.
Hey,
what niggas talking about?
Come on.
This is the Black Guy Wrestling Podcast, right? I'm talking about shit. Niggas is bugging. We ain't doing shit in 2 weeks, man. Shout out Brian Waters tapping it with the repost.
Oh, love, bro.
That's love. That's love. That's love. Shout out to that.
Yeah, we gotta connect, man. We gotta get you on the pod, man. We gotta get you on the pod. Love, brother, love. But yeah, that's the one thing I remember vividly. I don't remember the build. I remember Bianca won the Rumble, phenomenal Royal Rumble performance that year. I don't remember too much of how they got there, but man,
Bianca was talking her shit. She was trying to strong arm him. I remember that was still like the pandemic days. He was in the Thunderdome.
Listen,
Bianca was wilding.
AO spitting right here because I did put this in the description because the watch list is the reason why BGW nearly collapsed. It was worth it. Don't get it twisted. But we were.
I ain't gonna hold you. It was a legendary pod. It was just a trash Rumble.
Yeah,
it was just trash. Reginald had shit lit. Right. Reginald had that shit jumping.
I do.
You got Reginald hot.
I do remember that fire match. Mercedes
had Reggie hot.
It's Sydney Hakeem had
Reggie hot bringing him wine. What are you talking about? She not the GOAT.
Listen. I gotta step away real quick. Y'all keep the flow going. I'll be right back.
Nah, don't even worry about it. I can talk about it. I got you, bro. We here, man. Go. So let's get into the match. How you felt about the match? The entrances, right? Bianca comes out. It's a moment. It's strong. She coming out there doing her bop. She got the bop, right? Mercedes come out with the Snoop version, which is underrated. The Snoop version is underrated, right? She comes out. They have the moment, right? Where, and even Cole says it's the first time black women are WrestleMania, main event in WrestleMania, and they see each other and they cry, right? And they have this emotion. And this is where, because you got to think about how much drain it is to be in such a like, think of the moment. You're at WrestleMania, your family's there, you're in a world title. You look across, it's another black woman. You're a black woman. They're screaming. It's the first outdoor WrestleMania main event. Please put respect on night ones. Please put respect on night one. First one outdoors. they're going crazy, right? And you cry. You know how much just to cry in private it takes out of you, right? Then you go on to wrestle for 20 minutes and put on one of the most stellar main events. That's Black Girl Magic. You feel what I'm saying? In all of its entirety. And that was the fine of like, and I'll wait till Scotland get back in because I know we can break down certain parts and aspects of the match. But like, Jazz is crazy. Like, how you feel, brother?
Like I was saying on the tweet, I said, man, I've watched this match a couple of times now. It's always a feel good, a comfort match I go back to. But man, each time, and then now, but it's different because now I'm watching it from a journalistic, you know what I mean, kind of view and a historic kind of view. I'm like, oh, this is aging like fine wine. Like this is still, this is a match where it's like this match can stand no matter the era, a test of time as just a good ass grappling wrestling match to give you everything you wanted. You know what I'm saying? It gave you the pomp and circumstance. It gave you the letting the moment breathe. Right out the gate. You know what I'm saying? They let 2 to 3 minutes of just that moment of them understanding this is more than just Bianca Belair and Sasha Banks wrestling. No, this is Bianca Belair and Sasha Banks, 2 Black women that have never done this before in any space, main inventing a predominantly white infrastructure. Yeah.
Talk about it. Talk about it. Black History Month. Get bad and talk to them.
Yeah. Like, they understood, no, we can't just die. No, let's sit with this for a second. And whatever comes, becomes, and then we'll lock back in. And that, I don't know if that was discussed before, and it wasn't even better. Because again, and y'all correct me if I'm wrong, wasn't this the first time they actually wrestled?
Yes.
That quote alone should tell you why this match is one of the greatest matches of all time. They never even had a pregame.
It's a dream match. It was already a dream match. 2 NXT stalwarts that became success into the main roster. It's a dream match. Even like, let's say they never touched, even then, it would be a dream match now. This would be the match they would crave for. You feel what I'm saying? That's how big this match that we were blessed to already have. You feel what I'm saying? And how it kicked down the door for Bianca becoming Beyonce.
Absolutely. And I think now that I'm, like I'm saying, looking at it in a different way, it's aging like fine wine. But then when you have these certain things that are time capsules, you always go to, was it protected the right way? And what could have been different? The only thing I wish is that we were able to build more memories between Sasha and Bianca. Like there was still more meat on that, you know what I'm saying, on that bone, and more money on the table to be made. We could have got a plethora of different kind of matches and moments, but you know, life be life. So I'm never gonna diss what Sasha and Naomi before they needed to do. And on Bianca's end, she understood the moment. It was like, all right, well, the ball is really in my court. I could fold or I could put this thing on my back, and we don't call it 1B for nothing. You know what I'm saying? So this match really is a time capsule that tells a story of where each wrestler ends today. Bianca is, I don't know how long Bianca wants to go. I don't know how long what she wants to do, but she's as close as we're going to get to the greatness of Mercedes in this black space than I've ever seen before. Her impact in one brand. That's the other thing too. She had a 10-year impact in one brand and has influential as anything I've ever seen. In 10 years, her influence is beyond and it's deeper. She doesn't just wrestle for Bianca Belair. She wrestles for the culture. She wrestles for black people. More importantly, black women. More even deeper, young black girls. She's a manifestation of her mother's and grandmother's prayers, and she's a embodiment of what happens when you surround a person with strength and protection and love from both male and women perspectives. She was able to understand where she was at in life, and she paid it back by doing everything the right way. And like you look at people like that, and you don't want to say like athletes should be role models. No, y'all should, because y'all hold a platform. You hold a platform that allows eyes to look at you and see you and view you and understand if I can't make it out no way, I gotta make it out the way they doing it because I see it. That's what Bianca is now. Oh, I see that I'm a young black girl that can be muscled up, that can be, have all my mannerisms, can have all my movements, can have all my soliloquies, all my dialect, and I can still be her. Yeah, you damn right, bitch. You damn right you can be her. Her influence is bigger than just the ring. Her influence transcends time. Look at what she's been able to bring because of her, i.e., what's her name? Jade Cargill. You don't get Jade without Bianca. You don't get Jade without Naomi.
Facts. And I just want
know
to real quick. The way Bailey and Mercedes raised a generation of talent, Bianca and Mercedes match is currently raising a generation of young black women wrestlers in that same way. So
yes,
that's influence.
And if I could just say, like, earlier we talked about Lash Legend. Lash Legend said, like, this is her favorite match. Like,
yes,
got her into wrestling. And you already see what Lash Legend's doing right now. We haven't even seen the surface of what her career is going to be. Continue to cook, though. Continue to cook.
So it's a moment for us, man. It's a moment for us. We protect. We honor it. We cherish it. And like we said, we're now the gatekeepers. We're the time makers. You know what I'm saying? We're the time travelers. We're the vaults. This stuff that we do, this digital footprint that we leave, is going to stretch beyond to where now black wrestlers being the standard and the answer to every problem. Is not just a maybe. No, it's the standard. It's what it is. Because we still got hurdles. We're still traveling a lot. But God damn it, this is the closest we've ever been, because now we have a wealth of knowledge, a wealth of understanding, a wealth of communities, a wealth of money being made, a wealth of impact being seen and felt and hollered and yelled at the mountaintops. We're a part of this movement. And so that's something I just want to always be mindful of and be proud of, and how we continue it is doing with the shows like the Watch List and going back and making niggas do your homework. Because in that you find, like you said, Scott, what pro wrestling should be. It should be a beautiful love exchange of life essence and everything that you are looking to possibly surround yourself with to get away from everything else life will throw at you. That's what pro wrestling is. It's a gateway to love that should be cherished and understood and respected for what it is. And the art of it is, and that should never, ever be forgotten. God bless.
It's fucking phenomenal. Good Lord. You was cooking with that one, bro.
God bless.
But it's a real sentiment. You know what I mean? Like, I've been, like watching, like, y'all brothers watch a lot of wrestling. And because I've been trying to keep document this year of like the wrestling I watch, so by the time we get to the 2026 Tardy Awards, I can have an subjective, and a real analytical look of what I think is the best match of all time. So I watch wrestling a little bit differently. I pay closer attention to like little things, you know what I mean? And I factor in a lot of things. Like I factor in the way a crowd reacts. I factor in like the way a move is executed. I factor in how the start of the match goes. Can the middle hold my attention? Can the ending bring me a fulfillment? And I think I watch a lot of people and they analyze wrestling too deeply. You know what I mean? They analyze wrestling with the concept like, I'm going to rate wrestling like I'm Dave Meltzer. You're not. You know what I mean?
And why would you want to be? You know what I'm saying?
If you think, and it's just the first thing that popped in my head. If you think The Undertaker versus Giant Gonzalez is a 5-star match, it's a 5-star match. Who the fuck is somebody to tell you that it's not? Right?
Shout out Giant Gonzalez too, man. Rest in peace.
Rest in peace. Rest in peace. Shoot, like my man Marks with Mics. The art of wrestling is truly illustrated in the most unique language. Wrestling is like music language. That's not a barrier. It has how it makes you feel, right?
Yo, y'all are all just having these phenomenal quotes this episode. And
Yo, listen,
posts,
tonight.
Comments. This is black intelligence at a high level of wrestling. And I'm gonna say my piece of the way, just to add on with what all you greats are saying, is for me, wrestling is medicine. I can't tell you how many times I've had grief, lost close family members, close people to my heart, but I knew I had Raw coming up or the pay-per-view coming up, and I could get to escape. So truly, for me, wrestling is medicine. So love what you love, hate what you hate, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Tribalism is going to be a part of it, but at the end of the day, just remember to the core of why you love it. And for whatever reason it is, it's one of the most powerful art forms to ever exist. And that's it.
So, and what I wanted to say, when it came to like the star, like the whole concept of the star rating, this match is 5 stars across the board, right? And the reason why this is 5 stars, you have to absolutely look at the significance. I know y'all were talking about that moment when the bell rung and the camera pans to Bianca and Bianca's crying, and you pan to the camera, Mercedes is tearing up, and then you have Michael Cole. Whoever fed him the line, if he said it on his own, it doesn't really matter. But Michael Cole letting you know that for the first time, 2 black women are headlining WrestleMania. He didn't say night 1, like Julio was saying earlier. He didn't say night 1, night 2. He said 2 black women are headlining WrestleMania. And for everybody watching this knows the significance of WrestleMania. You know what I mean? The best of the best. Right? No matter how you look at it, WWE, AEW, Japan, Mexico, whatever. The series finale of professional wrestling is at WrestleMania weekend. For 2, not 1, 2. And to be the only 2 black people, right? Black people, and then to break it down to be black women that hold the accolade of holding that distinction of headlining WrestleMania. I don't even think we've scratched the surface of how fucking important that is, right? And how that looks. You know what I mean? Like we were saying, the amount of young black women, black girls that watch this match and could see themselves in this moment, that's so significant, man.
And what's ill, and it's like what's one of the illest parts about the match and how they connect, especially with black girls. And you know how black girls are about their hair and how it's so close to them. They're tying in moments with the hair.
Yeah.
She would shit out of her with their hair.
Oh my!
They're trying to do the submission with their hair. Y'all be talking about Mercedes wig, but Mercedes wig was lit that night. Respect.
She was working.
Stop playing with her. Everything was perfect that night. Stop playing. And it was just that I can see a young black girl seeing this and being, this match has everything. It has everything. Emotions, strength, feet up, strength, technical wrestling, great spots, high spots, drama, title change.
True, you break it even
since with women. Am I mistaken with that? Has it been a main event since women?
No, it's the only one.
And they need to change that. And honestly, if they want to have balls, let's have Bianca, because Bianca could main event WrestleMania for the next 6 years. Probably one with Rhea, one with Jade, one with Io, one with Lash. Charlotte. Let her beat Roman's record and Hogan's record. Fuck it.
Sound good to me.
So I'm there. Shoot, even down to like the classic babyface heel psychology of this match. Sasha being the one like, yo, who the fuck are you to come take? Yo, I don't know who the fuck you are. That's why she slapped her in the build up to this. You know what I mean? But it like that, and that's at its core. That's what pro wrestling should be: the babyface conquering the heel, right? And so when you get to the end of the match and you like lately, the importance of the last 5 to 10 minutes of a match tells you everything about, like, you know what I mean? Like, that right there is the soul of the match. You know what I mean? Like, you now have to bring this to a fever pitch, but you have to keep the crowd invested. And that's what they did. Like, it was a very back and forth match with the Pierce, where Sasha was, beating down Bianca making the hot comeback. And now you're in that finish line part of how are we going to get to the end of this? And man, did they bring it home. They brought it home with just like I said, storytelling. Don't let this slip over your head, right? This was a great technical match. This was a great brawl. Like, this was everything you would want in a pro wrestling match. I just feel that my only wish, and like I said, this is so minuscule, I wish this was in front of a full crowd. You know what I mean? The crowd was loud for what this was. The crowd was absolutely, but like, can you imagine if this was like a 90,000 seater?
At the Garden?
But see, here's the thing, right? I think why it was perfect is because
it was so little people.
With them stadiums, it gets funny with the sound. So it was the right amount. You know what I'm saying? That small pocket size for that stadium where you could hear it, because sometimes the sound gets lost in them stadiums. You know what I'm saying? And we've seen a lot of great main events suffer from that same sound. So literally, when I say it was truly perfect piece of business. And it sickens me again. I'm back on this. It sickens me. Y'all have the nerve to be on your expensive iPhones or your keyboards and you're typing, calling her Hogan. This woman's done nothing but business every time. Did good business every time. Check the numbers. Hogan never did what Sasha did. Hogan never did what Mercedes did.
If you don't like black women, just say that. You know what I'm saying? Like, just say that. But don't be disrespectful.
Not around here. Right now, say it to me.
Right.
Smack the shit out you. Look.
That's a black woman.
And we see, and we see it. We're all present on social media. We see this thing where motherfuckers try to downplay black women's fandom. You know what I mean? You see it often. It happens way too much in this space. It happens way too much of, and this is just in any form of entertainment. But like I said, we're in the talking about wrestling at this moment, and what we see in the IWC of a lot of these fucking cowards speaking below the black women, speaking out their name. And the reason why I feel they do that is because it's fear, because pro wrestling is in a constant evolution. It always has been. And at the forefront of that evolution has always been black women. And I want to say, black women should not have to feel the need to always have their guard up, right? I want to see more women, black women in this space have the freedom to properly express their love for pro wrestling with no drawback. And if there is drawback, fuck those people, right? Because their voice is important. That's the reason why you see the uplifting of this community, right?
These niggas don't get women, man. Scott, you trying to be nice. These niggas don't get women, bro. This sounds crazy you even saying this, because it's like, yo, why are you arguing with women first off on the internet and about some wrestling? You ain't getting to it, man. You ain't getting to the cheeks, man. I'm not saying you letting out debate a woman about a wrestling take so bad that I'm gonna call out her name. That's crazy. Really get into it. Like, what is this talk? This is crazy. These niggas is lame suckers, bozos, weirdos.
I want to say, I mean, my beautiful wife, being the beautiful black woman that she was, when we first started talking, I was like, yo, I knew she was a major wrestling fan. I was like, I do not want to mansplain anything or make it even sound like I'm mansplaining. So I was trying to think of ways. I was like, yo, how is a good way I can ask her who her favorite New Japan wrestler was without it making it seem like I was like, I was like, do you watch New Japan? Do you watch New Japan? Are you familiar with Naito, Tanahashi? Yeah. She knew I wasn't mansplaining.
Shout out to the women wrestling fans. Listen, at Heartbreak Julio, I'm looking for my queen too to watch the Netflix with. We can Netflix and chill, watch the whole WWF library. As soon as WCW library, we can get back to it. I'll you know what I mean? Shout out to the wrestling. That's crazy. I would love them. Like, y'all, why would y'all hate on a woman that like wrestling as much as shit we used to get for watching wrestling? My girl used to be like, oh, you watch wrestling? You watch wrestling? Somebody that can actually understand, yo, it's Monday night. I'm watching Raw. Oh, nigga, I'm watching Raw too. Move over. Like, what? This is lame.
Yeah. I don't really have anything else to add.
Well, look. One thing we do. We've talked about the past. We've talked about the present. The most important aspect of this whole thing is the future, right? And the future is looking tremendous for Black women. Just look, you know what I mean? I apologize if I even forget somebody. Lash Legend, Mara Sade, Athena, Maya World. Who else we got out here, fellas? I'm blanking on possibly. Chantel Monroe, Kayla
Armstrong. Shout out to
Willow.
Oh my God, Willow. Incredible. Willow's close. Willow might be crawling up there on that level too.
Can I say something about Willow? Can I say something about Willow? But I feel like a lot of people like they don't want to say. Willow could have the popularity of a Dusty Rhodes in the 80s.
But
no, there is no but. Like
okay.
No, that's the period. That's exactly what we got on the album, Ayo.
Like I feel it coming. I don't know when it's coming, but I feel it coming. We're at some point in the next 6 months, we are going to get a Willow Hard Times promo. And the reason I say that is because I know deep down she's a great promo already. It's just going to take one serious, like real locked in serious feud for Willow to cut a promo that is going to change, like it's going to go viral. You know what I mean? Because that's what Willow does. That's my prediction.
Like we were talking about earlier.
So Ruka, another one.
Yes. It's not that Willow doesn't take this shit seriously, but you want to see what it looks like. And it doesn't have to be a full-on heel, but you want to see her embrace that gritty, dark shit because there's magic in there along with your passion and your personality that you can tap into if you let it be. I think Dusty and the Aged is a perfect comparison, a perfect example to where I'm still the babies. I'm still with y'all, but I'm also going through some real shit that I need you to understand. It can't be all sunshine and rainbows through this shit. I got to be positivity in a negative way. That's the only thing that's left off her character arc and career arc. The chip is coming. No matter if it's this year, that's like she's the next on deck. I don't know when you probably gonna do after Mercedes, but I don't know when. But she has to be next on deck, and I feel like a promo like that is the bridge to get her to the big B. So 2026 can definitely be the year of Willow if she wants it to be.
Let me also say something about Jade Cargill in her current run. Let me tell y'all something, because all these bitch ass niggas online, she had the title.
Black History Month act bad.
She had the title for 100 days and she hasn't had title defense. So fucking what? Black women can do what they want when they want. If she wants to defend the title, she's going to defend the title. If she don't want to defend the title, guess what? She's my champion. With your hoe asses. Fuck out of here, man.
She ain't got to do shit but chill. Fuck are y'all talking about?
She make the belt look better.
You're goddamn right.
we got it. It's not enough. Unfortunately, there was some injuries, so there's not really too many baby faces. That's why they're building up. They kind of speed shotted Grace into the spot, Jordan Grace, to get in this. It's not like it's simple as cut and dry. It's not too many baby faces that could have made, and it's already, it should happen.
You know what?
I'm with Jay. Fuck it.
There's one person that they waiting for is Bianca. And then that's a whole different historical match in itself.
Yeah, that's the money. That's the money line. And shout out to Kalani Jordan, too. I just want to throw her name in there too.
Queen Aminata, got to shout her
Queen
out.
Aminata.
Ooh, Queen, pardon me, Queen. I'm sorry, Queen.
Trisha Dora.
Look, Jada Stone.
Charity King.
Come on, bro.
Women's champion. You know what I'm saying? Jacqueline Navarro. Yeah. Let's get active.
Yeah, man.
Nah, it's nature is taking over. Nature's taking over whether you want to accept it or not. It's only going to be a matter of time before this Black Renaissance, especially on the Black woman front, is going to be a very topic of conversation for 26. You're going to have no choice. The old way and the old dogs are moving on. If you still want to feel like you're the big dog, you're going to have to run the place for these Black people, especially these Black women. You're going to have to push Lash at some point in time. You can't keep ducking the smoke, can't keep dodging and being scared, and stop acting like pussy and pull the goddamn trigger. Because why the fuck did she lose to Tiffany Stratton? Huh? Anyway. No, let me go back to this because
Facts. Go ahead.
If you knew Bianca wasn't gonna still be ready, you could have really, if you was really about that motherfucking life, you could have really ran the program between Lash and Jada, and we can really get some shit popping. But we'll never know. That's
sometimes okay. Too, we got to build it up too. Like Lash and Jade, we can. That's damn. Like that's a main event. Like when they think like, damn, we ain't got no more Black Magic left. Nah, Jade and Lash
is there.
LeBron, right there. Jade and Lash.
That's it. So I'll be patient because I know as it's just a matter of time at this point. You're running out of options outside of that Black talent, that Black Renaissance that clearly is ready right now. And we mentioned the Callie Armstrong, we mentioned Chantel Monroe. They up next as far as in this space, but the indies, man, are loaded. Maya World is here. You know what I'm saying? Charity King is here. Jada Stone is here. You know what I mean? So this Black Renaissance is going to be magical for the year 26. I'm just excited to see where it goes on all fronts.
Well, that was the watch list, everybody. Good fucking vibes. Listen. It was an absolute honor to talk about this with y'all, brothers. I wish, like I said, we would do a part 2 of this at some point because I do want to get a Black woman on this pod to talk about their perspective. You know what I mean?
100%.
Plethora of matches that we can run to. I hope for anybody that's watching, you know what I mean? I hope we did it justice. You know what I mean? I hope so. Next week, I believe, you know what I mean? Did we decide on next week, gentlemen? I think we had an idea.
Abdullah joint?
No, we saving that for that's the end of the month.
Okay.
To be honest with you, that might be an exclusive StreamYard only event because I want to watch the match.
Okay.
Yeah, but I ain't trying to get pulled off of YouTube again.
Yeah, we'll figure out a way to get that to the people. We might have to do a DTC. Holla at us. We'll send you the
Yeah. No, I know we had discussed some particular ones, particularly the Ron Simmons winning the world.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh yes. Okay.
We're
gonna take it back.
That's next week.
Something. Okay.
That's next week. Ron Simmons winning the World Heavyweight Championship. Yeah. You know what I mean? I'm always down for some WCW talk. You know Julio. You know me. Yeah.
Yeah, this was about to be a WCW to watch. The WCW in the watch list.
Yo, I'm with it.
Lucky they cut that shit off.
We got to get an ECW joint in here one day.
I want to talk about. I was just thinking about one of my favorite finishes. Is Taz versus Bam Bam Bigelow at Heat Wave when Taz jumps out the ring and then he goes to put him in the Kata Hajime and Bigelow's like stretching to the rope, but he can't make it and he's tapping out, and it's just like the lore behind it from their previous match. Random thought. Sorry.
No, we can get there. We can get there. Shoot, we can talk about Ring of Honor. We got a lot to discuss.
Yeah, come on. I'm big Honor Club. Big Honor Club, man. Let's talk about it.
But listen, I gotta get up out of here because I'm starving. I haven't eaten all day. You know what I mean?
Some nourishment, brother.
I got to, man. First of all, you know what I mean. I want to thank y'all brothers for because you know what I mean. I told y'all something earlier today. Y'all helped in many ways. So my deepest appreciation for y'all brotherhood and
it's love, man.
The village, man. That's right here, buddy.
Family.
You know what I mean? Right here, buddy.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We got you, man. We could do a watch list 2 times a week. I'm around. Holla at me. Yeah, I just know
Shit, man. You know,
whatever you need it. You know what I mean?
Look, that Saturday 6:05 time slot.
Talk about it.
Been missing for a few weeks. We might have to do special editions. But yo, you can find me, Poetic Scotland, on X, Scotland _ Underwood. Please go follow the poetry page on IG. Please go follow the pod pages, BGW Pod, across all platforms. Yeah. Honey and Holy Water coming out later this year.
Okay.
Yeah. We gonna be cooking this year. So
okay.
Yeah. Thank you. I needed that. Yeah. Yeah. Come on.
Hey.
Come on.
You can follow me at Heartbreak Julio. Oh, sorry, wait. Right here. Okay. Yeah, follow me there. I just made this album. I made this album instead. It's out on ditc.com.
Yeah.
Thank y'all. We sold out a Heartbreak Kid. Thank you for the support of the vinyls. We sold out on that. Shirley building. Shout out to Dominican Kev. Should have been a Horseman. My next project coming out soon is going to come out DTC through the Untitled app. So more details on how to get to that. And yeah, we just trying to build. Follow me at the Almanac Show. That's where I talk graphs with my brother Dre. Shout out to my brother Dre at the Almanac Show. Yeah, man. Happy birthday to Nolo. Shout out to Lo. Shout out to D-Mac, man. Shout out the whole gang, man. Facts, man. I ain't gonna hold y'all, man.
It's the family, man. So everybody, the family. You know, the Almanac, Ringside Club, Marks with Mike.
Club, my brothers. Yeah, shout out to all the women too. Shout out to all the black women. Happy Black History Month. Y'all single, holla at me too. You know, I'm around. You feel me? All right.
Holla at my mans, yo.
Your Yoni's in good hands. And on that note, yo, watch list shit, black guy wrestling shit, yeah. Up final whistle shit, locker room lead shit, Almanac Show shit, D-Max boxing words of encouragement type shit. We all around. We in your town. We making the sound and we put it down. My mother telling me to tone it down, so I'm sorry. Black guy wrestling for you.
Hey, look.
Shout out to Mama Love.
Mama family, man. And on that note, BGW, Almanac Show, watch list. We out. Yo, just before we leave, we don't have no fancy outro like we do on BGW. You know, on BGW, we're like, you know what I mean? I do the whole like we are out, and then Nolo hits the peace out to my world, and then Chaz comes with the at the end of the day, and then he says something ignorant, and then we end the show. We need an outro like that.
We can't just do their favorite wrestling pose. Like, I'm gonna do AJ for my nigga AJ.
Oh, okay, yeah. I'm with the shit. I'm gonna do the Kofi. Yeah. And on that note, we done.